Everyone, it's me. I apologize for the setup of this without my usual gadgets and being in my office, but I just came in from a two-fisted white knuckler from my last patient, and it is pretty ugly out there. I was actually going to do this video on the weekend, but since things are what they are right now, I just bypassed the office. I plunked down on the couch so I can just take 50,000 breaths and the cats can be all over me as part of my self-care. So here we go. Winter safety. Now, the first thing you want to do is make sure that your office on wheels, that is your vehicle, is in the best running order it can be. Now, we know vehicles are reliable until suddenly they're not. But what I do is when I have my tires changed, I also have them do the oil change and I have them do a once over and see if anything needs fixing. And then I have it done. And so hopefully you've done that. I'm hoping you have your snow tires on by now. I do mine at the beginning of November. They were on just the day before we had that last bit of weather we had. So that is done. I also strongly recommend you make sure your tires are inflated to the PSI they should be. That is written on your tires. It is also on the sticker on your driver's side door. Like you'll see a sticker on the edge if you look, if it's still there, that is. Probably your owner's manual as well. Making sure your fluids are all topped up, especially your windshield washer fluid, having spare windshield washer fluid in your vehicle. Having snow clearing equipment in your vehicle, you know, the brushes and that sort of thing. Making sure your gas tank is full at all times. You know, just in case you break down at the side of the road, you know, making sure your fluids are all topped up, making sure all your lights are working, making sure your windshield wiper blades are new and not shredded because they don't clean very well. Making sure your heat is working as well. You know, that would be an obvious thing. Let's see what else. Making sure your spare tire is full and in good shape, just in case, you know, you need that change out. I also recommend having a service like CAA or Canadian Tire Auto Club. I'm with Canadian Tire Auto Club. I pay about $112 a year. That's with the taxes, and I get 5 tows, 250 kilometers distance per one. So that's a good idea to have as well. Keep a phone charging cord in your car. That should be any season, because nothing's worse than being broken down at the side of the road and your phone's almost dead. So having that. Also an emergency kit, having candles, weatherproof matches, a flashlight, spare batteries. What else? Those reflective triangle things. If you've ever seen a transport truck off at the side of the road, you see these reflective triangle things on the road. It helps you see them better. So having those would be good as well. Having spare fluids in the back. I don't know if I mentioned that already. Making sure your fluids are topped up. Having spare windshield wiper fluid in the back. I think I mentioned the full gas tank and the tires. Let's see what else. What else in the emergency kit? Oh yeah, so have like an extra blanket or a big old coat like I have in my vehicle in case. Spare gloves, spare mitts, spare earmuffs, scarf, that sort of thing. Snow clearing equipment, brushes and stuff. Not sure if I mentioned that. Making sure your vehicle is cleared off, especially the top, because that stuff blows back onto the person behind you. And I know I get aggravated because I can't see. It interferes with the visibility. So making sure your vehicle is completely clear, you can see out all windows. Let's see. What else? Yeah, cell phone. Oh, also snacks and water in your emergency kit, just in case. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what I've forgotten. I would normally have a list written out, but today's I just came in and here I am. Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, that. Oh, the conditions. Pay attention to the weather and the road conditions. I have about 8 weather apps on my phone. People joke that I'm obsessed with the weather, and I say, listen, I live rurally. I drive from town to town. I need to know what the conditions are. If the roads are closed, I can't go anywhere, and I need to know this before I leave the house. I like to know when storms are coming, such as this one now. I'm actually going to be canceling the one I've got tomorrow morning preemptively because it's getting worse as time goes on. And if your employer has a winter weather protocol, follow it. Mine, for example, is that if I can't go anywhere, if the roads are closed or whatever, I call the first patients within the first 2 hours and I move them back or move them to another day, depending. Some of them will actually out and out cancel, saying, don't worry, if the weather's that bad, don't bother. And then we reassess again in 2 hours. Don't just call in sick because the weather's awful. okay, because people do that and you'd eventually get in trouble for it. So yeah, pay attention to the weather, pay attention to the road conditions, drive according to the conditions. You have to be extra vigilant about other people because they may not be driving according to the conditions, and that can be a real challenge too. I think that is it for now. Anyway, y'all drive safely, take care, and have a good one.